When did money become sort of like a real tangible thing to you? Was it like a childhood moment? Was it like your first check when you signed as an artist? What was it a mistake? When did like money really start having a effect on you? Like, oh, this is a real thing.
I can trace it back to high school when Pimp and I first started recording. There was equipment that we wanted to buy, and so we would sell candy. So Pimp's parents owned many of the vending machines in town, and they were the first people. That's how I knew what Sam's was. I had never heard of Sam's Club before, but I went with Pimp and his mom one day when they went there and bought these, big box selection of all these snacks and all that kind of stuff. So when we were like, yo, we need to buy this keyboard, it's going to take about $1,200 to buy this keyboard. And my mom ain't going to give it to me. But if we buy some snacks, we can sell them at school. So on the weekend, we would ride over with the club card and we would buy a bunch of Snickers and M&Ms and all that stuff. And then I would take them to school the next day. He would take them to school. And I would wait till like sixth period after lunch when people get hungry, and then start being like, yo, I got Snickers, I got candy. You know what I'm saying? And again, it was a lot more cheaper. So the flip was a lot more profitable at the time. But I learned that. And then at the same time, my mom was a single parent, and she was doing invalid care. Okay. And then she also had a paper route. Okay. So I grew up in a house where if you didn't work, like not only did you not eat, you didn't have power, or you didn't have a home. So just the idea of getting up and understand what the value of hard work and how hard it is sometimes just to make $1 at a very young age, like, I was like, okay, I got to be smart about this. But then I got into the hip hop space where money was readily available and nobody was using discretion. Right. No. So I just kind of went with the crowd, so to speak. Right.
And I guess, starting off in the hip hop industry, that's where I guess you generated most of your wealth to kick off.
Absolutely.
To other spaces and other industries. So did you know early on as far as, how to read the contracts or how to save and things like that?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. We had found an attorney who we thought would be advantageous to us, because she was a former employee of the record company we were signing to. But she was actually helping the record company manipulate us in the entire negotiation. We were very green. The guy that we had signed to had no idea about how to run a record company. We just knew we had a hot record and people wanted to put us out. But I can remember distinctly, and I talk about this all the time, that when we went into the room and we were presented with the contract had maybe 7 tabs. Right. And those were the 7 pages I saw. Right. You know what I'm saying? So they open this, you're going to get 3 music videos, just initial here. This is going to be your advance, initial here, publishing, all these different things. And it wasn't until a couple of years later that I realized that where you initial and where you sign is not where the vital information in the contractual negotiation takes place. It takes place in all the pages in between. Right. And we didn't know that. Our attorney didn't really help us didn't really lend her services to looking into that kind of stuff. Right. And we ended up signing a record deal that literally took, I would say, 15 years of amendments to it. I had clauses in my contract that I don't even know if they ever existed in anyone else's contract. Right. We had a clause that if one of us went to jail or died, which actually happened, one of us did go to jail, that we could bring in another member to replace them.
The record label could
the record label and I could find someone else to replace that person at a reduced rate. Oh, wow. So there were a lot of things that we had to navigate that we really didn't have any understanding about, because did we understand money? Yes. Did we understand how to manage money? Yes. Did we understand entertainment accounting? Absolutely not. Right. Did we understand recoupment? Absolutely not. Did we understand the idea of not owning our publishing outright? Absolutely not. All we knew were those 7 tabs. Right. And the 7 tabs were basically the 7 things that we asked for.